Congratulations to the class of 2026 on the completion of your degrees. Every graduate of McMaster University is proudly welcomed as a member of the McMaster Alumni Association. Who are McMaster alumni? From coast to coast and every corner of the world, we work, lead, contribute, and volunteer in all industries and fields of work. We take our community spirit with us, our creativity and technical strengths, along with our unique problem-solving skills to make a difference for others, collaborating and innovating to take on the big questions facing the world. We make an impact. McMaster University's alumni community is one of the foundations of our success. Alumni achievements, leadership, and service shape not only the university, but also the communities, industries, and causes they support around the world. Let's meet some of McMaster's outstanding alumni now, introducing some of the 2026 McMaster Alumni Association Award winners.
I think I did know myself really well. So what I would say to a lot of people who don't is one is get to know yourself like holistically as well. And then the best advice that I was ever given that I love passing on to other people is find a mentor and be somebody else's mentor, no matter what stage you're at. Because if you're graduating, you can mentor somebody 2 years behind you, a year behind you, a high school student, but always be looking for somebody who is a few steps ahead of where you think you might want to get to, because they're the ones who are going to talk about you in rooms that you're not even in, and you have no idea where those kinds of loose ties are going to lead, because none of the jobs I've gotten in my entire career have come from an online portal. It's always a referral. It's a thing I didn't think I would ever fall into, and somebody was championing me, like, without me even knowing that it was happening.
Really reflect on your values and articulate your purpose. And what purpose is your why, right? It's kind of the reason you get up in the morning. It's the direction you move in life. And, when I look at people around me, and sometimes students in my classes, I see that there's there isn't this direction that they have. So I think we can benefit from thinking about purpose. Why are you here? What do you stand for? What's truly important to you? And I think when we reflect on these elements, it's easier to make decisions in life, right? If that is, the kind of work that you choose to do, paid or unpaid work, if there's an opportunity in front of you, it's easier to make the decision and to say yes to something if it aligns with your values and, what is important to you.
The best advice I would give is to really take the time to understand your story. You've been at McMaster, which is a globally renowned institution. Not only have you built an exceptional education, you've been able to have these lifelong experiences in the community you've been at through McMaster. And I've realized that you could come across many people that have the same degree, many people that have the same credentials, but what is the story behind your path? What is the information there? What is the unique path that has led you to be the person you are? And how can you speak to that when you're in positions, whether it's through entrepreneurship or whether you're applying for an interview or whether you're trying to get funding or whatever it may be? The more you understand your story, the more ownership you could take over where you're going, and the more power you have in terms of preparing for what the future may hold for you. Because I'm just starting to realize that after you leave university, the world is a place where you are competing with many people in ways you do and don't realize. And I'm really just starting to see that when you understand your story, you start to take a bit more ownership, and it helps you prepare for the things that, you inevitably can't prepare for life. So if you could listen from anything from my ramble, I would just say, continue to remember and honor your story, because you're carving a path that only you could take.
Give yourself grace. I know once you graduate, you feel perhaps the pressure and the stress of having to make something of yourself immediately after graduation. And while that career progression is important to ensure that there's not a huge gap between your schooling, and when you put yourself out into the field, give yourself grace to just immerse yourself and soak in the fact that you just accomplished something so amazing, and really sit and think, based on all these experiences, the knowledge and the skills that I've developed, what might be the best step forward that allows me to really not only express the creativity of the scholarship that I just had under my belt, but will also bring me joy. I think early on in my career, I was just so stressed stressed about getting a job. I didn't actually think about, do I want to do this? Is the day-to-day grind of doing this work, while it can be stressful, is it also finding pockets of meaningfulness and impact that allows me to stay in these spaces, for longer? So give yourself grace and time to think about, those things. And also don't be shy. Put yourself out there, practice really marketing yourself and working, that muscle. While that degree is very, very important, people are also going to want to know about you beyond this piece of paper and your academic grades. So start really thinking about how you market yourself, how you share your experiences and your stories, and get out there and network in community and in formal spaces as well too.
Today we welcome the newest members to this vibrant alumni community that stretches across the globe. Let's hear from some of this year's graduates as they reflect on their time at McMaster.
One of my favorite memories at Mac was actually move-in day. I remember being super nervous to move in and make friends, and me and my roommate actually wandered around the halls hoping we'd find someone in there and just force them to be our friend. And it actually worked out, and we found our second year roommates that way.
I want to thank my parents and my family, because my parents have created this life for me that's made it all possible and why I'm here today. They made it so every goal was achievable, no dream was too big, and no love was limited for my brothers and I. And I also want to thank my brothers, because they paved the way as two older brothers to show me what life is like and kind of where I should go next. And they also made me tough enough to survive it, being two older brothers. So I want to thank them.
My favorite experience at McMaster was probably getting the unique opportunity to do brain cancer research under the supervision of Dr. Sheila Singh. I think this was something that was so unique, and getting the opportunity to contribute to research that can hopefully help patients one day was something that I'll never forget.
There are a couple people I want to thank. I think the first being my mother. Being able to study at McMaster, I was able to stay at home, and something that I really appreciate is that we honestly got this degree together. She was someone who always stayed up during the late hours when I was studying, always making sure I was well fed or there for me. I'd also love to thank my dad. I always say he's the best listening ears. He always had to hear me as I recited all my 2000 anatomy cards, so I really won't forget those moments. And I'd love to thank my older sister, and she always taught me to embrace who I am. I'd also love to thank two mentors who I discovered at my time at McMaster, Dr. Patricia Ferrugia, the Associate Dean of Indigenous Health within the Faculty of Health Sciences. She's someone who I got to really learn from and explore my interest in Indigenous health from my first to fourth year of university, and Hartley Jaffine, a facilitator within the Honors Health Sciences program, that taught me to really explore my interests within and outside the health sciences, including creative writing.
I would like to shout out the two most important people in my life, my parents, who gave up everything in their life to move us to Canada and get me to where I am today, graduating from McMaster University. Without them, I would not be where I am right now. I would also like to thank my family, who is back home watching me graduate right now. I would like to thank them for all their support and encouragement all the way from overseas.
One of my favorite memories from McMaster was giving campus tours. I remember being in those groups when I was considering attending McMaster, being unsure but also curious of what would be coming. And it has been a super full circle moment to be able to support students and guide their journeys. And it has really shaped my perspective on community as well as growth in my time here.
I'd love to express my sincere gratitude to my family. Thank you, Amma, Appa, Akka, as well as Aditi, Jemson, Roshan, and my whole extended family and cousins. Thank you for your support and for believing in me. I wouldn't be here without you. I would also love to thank my supervisor, Dr. Joan Krupinski, for giving me this project, for believing in me. Thank you so much.
I'd like to thank my parents for everything that they've done for me. I truly wouldn't be here without them. They've been here through the highs, the lows, and everything in between. And if it weren't for them, I would never have accomplished the things that I have. And for that, I want to say I love you and I thank you.
I'd like to shout out my parents, my mama and baba. Thank you for being my rocks throughout my journey over here at McMaster. Graduating to me is more than just a diploma. It is proof that your sacrifices were worth it. You left your lives behind and you sacrificed your dreams so I would have the best chance at fulfilling mine. I'd also like to shout out my sisters and my friends, from late nights studying in Thode to getting a sweet treat to celebrate after, You guys are all the reasons why I'm here today.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Surprise! I just wanted to thank you so much for everything that you've done for me throughout the years, and that is one of the main reasons why I'm standing here today. Hi, Nana. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Papa. I also wanted to thank you for all the love and support that you guys have given me throughout my life. And Grandpa, I know that you can't be here today, but I know that you're cheering me on from above.
One thing that I remember very, very clearly is the use of the boat all throughout my 4 years. I remember in my second year how my friend and I, we would go into that boat, we'd have like little improv sessions. There would be people that would pass by and they'd giggle, and you know what? Honestly, I'm glad that they had some fun watching our improv sessions. But aside from that, we were always there talking, wasting our time or using up our time until it was time for class. So definitely our time at the boat. Yeah, that was great.
My favorite memory would have to be from first year. So my friends and I had this little tradition where after every midterm we'd go to Centro to grab ice cream. And although it wasn't anything big, it kind of just made the stress of school feel lighter, and it helped me realize that I had friends who were going through this journey with me as well.
Someone I'd like to shout out would first of all be my mom, whose home-cooked meals are what got me through exam season. I'd like to thank all of my professors for answering all of my panicked emails I'd send at 1 a.m. And lastly, I'd like to thank my friends for being willing to take a random walk with me around campus whenever I felt like I couldn't focus at the library.
Opportunity.
Second home.
Enriching.
Personal growth.
Strength. Grateful.
Transformative.
Rewarding.
Opportunity.
Bright.
Perseverance.
Confidence building.
Unforgettable.
Thank you, class of 2026. We are confident you will continue to make us proud, and we are so excited to see where you will go, what you will create, how you will advance and innovate, and where you will make your unique impact, making a brighter world for us all. And to echo the sentiments of our graduands, thank you to all the supporters out there who played such an important role in bringing us to this occasion today. We celebrate you along with your graduate today, and we share your pride. And graduands, remember, your formal time at McMaster may have come to a close, but you are now a member of the McMaster Alumni Association, and we are here wherever you want to connect. Stay in touch, keep your email up to date, and learn about all that your Alumni Association offers you. Welcome to the network of a lifetime.
do three. This one? Yep. It's the...
because it's a bond, it's pretty good. They have to bring up all the students.
Graduands and guests, please rise as you are able for the academic procession. I declare that the 672nd Convocation of McMaster University for the conferring of degrees is now in session.
Please be seated. Good morning. I am Dr. Maureen MacDonald, Provost and Vice President Academic. This morning, I have the great pleasure of acting as your Master of Ceremonies and of welcoming all of you, graduands and guests, to this convocation ceremony. On behalf of the university, I would like to recognize and acknowledge that we meet today on the traditional territories of the Mississauga and Haudenosaunee Nations, and within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. We must remember that we all have a role in upholding the spirit of the agreement, which urged for peaceable sharing of the Earth's resources. We must also not forget that merely acknowledging our presence on these traditional lands is only a small step in our shared path to reconciliation. I challenge you to consider how you can foster reconciliation among the many peoples that inhabit these lands. I would like to start today's proceedings by acknowledging some of the notable leaders joining me on stage today. Our Chancellor, Dr. Nicholas Brathwaite. President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Susan Tai. Vice Provost and Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Steve Ranilovic. Vice Provost Equity and Inclusion, Dr. Barrington Walker. Associate Vice President Students, Sean Van Coonet. Associate and Assistant Deans, Chairs, faculty members, and honored guests. We traditionally open and close the ceremony with the Thanksgiving address. In Haudenosaunee culture, it is common for a speaker to stand and recite words of acknowledgement and thanks when people come together for important matters. In the Mohawk language, this is known as Ohandeo Gali Ha Tekwa, the words that come before all else. In the Cayuga language, it is known as Ganyohanyok, or the Thanksgiving Address. Both are sometimes known as greetings to the natural world. These are ancient words that are intended to remind all of those in attendance that as a group of people, we are to warmly greet one another and collectively give thanks to all the elements that have made it possible for us to be well on this earth. This shared activity of hearing and listening is said to create feelings of good-mindedness in our daily interactions with one another and asks us to be active participants in maintaining this state of being. The English translated version of the address is available in your program to the celebration website, and I encourage all of you to take a look at those words today as we proceed through the ceremony. I will now ask Dr. Sarah Anderson, Associate Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, to deliver her own welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Chancellor Braithwaite, President Tai, Provost McDonald, faculty, guests, and most importantly, graduates of the class of 2026. I am thrilled to welcome all of you on this very special occasion. Graduates, it's so nice to look out and see all of your smiling faces and think just how far you've come since you started your programs. You have spent countless hours completing assignments, studying for final exams, and perhaps in Thode collaborating with your capstones teams on really innovative and interesting projects. While managing this incredibly heavy workload, many of you also participated in co-op, perhaps on a club or a team, or were involved in your communities and families in other ways. Through all of this hard work, every late night, every challenge you push through has prepared you well for what comes next. And the world that you're stepping into has changed a lot since you started your programs however many years ago. It's big, it's complex, and it's changing very rapidly. So how can we meet the challenges that this changing world brings us? As I thought about this question, I really wanted to share a story from a podcast I was listening to recently. It was with Dario and Daniela Amoti, the siblings who are the co-founders of the AI company Anthropic. They shared their story of the Pentagon offering them a $200 million contract, but with the condition of unrestricted access to their technology, including autonomous weapons with no human oversight. This crossed a line for the leadership of Anthropic, and they said no. So, despite the fact that it put their company's very existence at risk, they were not willing to act against their values, and so they didn't. Today, the company is thriving. They followed their values, and it was the right path. You will face similar moments in your careers. We all do. Your chosen fields, engineering, technology, computer science, they're a calling. And at their core, they're here to serve humanity, to serve society, to solve very complex challenges, and to make the world a better place, improving lives for people. To do that well, you need to have empathy, to be able to understand the people and the communities that you're serving. You will need creativity and ingenuity to think about and to come up with solutions to problems that haven't been considered yet. And you will be held accountable to your colleagues, to your clients, and to society. These are all profoundly human qualities. While AI is a powerful tool and you will need to use it, it does not have empathy, it does not have a conscience, and it cannot be held accountable. So, as you go out into the world, lead with your humanity. Lead with your values. Be innovative. Be ambitious. And be bold. And when you're faced with those hard decisions, and I promise you that you will be, if you follow your values, you will always be on the right path.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. I would now like to welcome Dr. Susan Tai, President and Vice Chancellor, to the podium to present the graduates to Chancellor Nicholas Brathwaite for admission to their degrees.
Graduates, if you are able, please stand. There's a lot of you. Chancellor Brathwaite, on behalf of McMaster University Senate, I present to you these candidates and those in absentia in order that you may confer the appropriate degrees upon them, and I bear witness that they are worthy and suitable.
Graduates. Graduates, by my authority and that of the McMaster University Senate, I have the great pleasure to admit those before me today and those in absentia to the individual degrees at McMaster University with all the rights and privileges pertaining to those degrees. My sincere congratulations to you all.
Please be seated. Graduates, I now ask each of you to join me on stage so that the Chancellor and I may welcome you to the McMaster Community of Scholars.
Honored guests, so that each graduate's name may be heard, it would be appreciated if during the presentation of the graduates you would hold your collective applause to the end of each degree category. Thank you. Chancellor Brathwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Doctor of Philosophy.
Alyssa Monique Williams. Chinky Lee. Eduardo Barbosa Lobac. Mohammed Ali Dayan. Javad Hashami Khosrow Shahi. Mohammed Safi Mustafa Hassan. Mahmoud Samir Ahmed El Sayed Sayam. Nicholas Michael Annabel.
Alicia Miruna Marinake.
Leslie Wheat.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Master of Science. Natasha Chubio Jojo Atokolo. Tina Hetisfisied.
Samkeeth K. Jain.
Morteza Mirzai.
Baran Shajari.
Fateme Taherifard.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Master of Applied Science.
Raveen Apuhami. Ahijit Banerjee. Nancy Nyantakiwa Boama. Manar Emira. Emmeline Maeve Kupinski. Anthony Fabian. Arthur Farron. Aliyah Jimo. Meena Mahdipur. Anthony Abanoob Shinuda.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Master of Engineering.
Chur Yu-Chen. Chen Hao Diao.
Sarthak Naitik Kapalia.
Kobikan Linganathan.
E. Chow.
Chipang Wang. Shaoran Xia. Jiawen Yang.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Engineering and Management.
Kais Abdel Nasser Abu Al-Heja.
Kamrosh Ahmad.
Zaid Ashraf Omar Al-Awamle. Hussein Al-Rafia. Mateo Amendalia.
Taimur Azam.
Mia Katarina Bekic.
Adrian Imran Brothers.
Francine Emilio. Nathan Chim.
Nolan John Michael Clark. Braden Thomas Clark. Mitchell Jeffrey Cox.
Kieran Jeffrey Diebold. Nawal Fatima.
Thomas Salvatore Giovinazzo. Aiden Simon Gromek.
Carly Luciana Hack. Sinan Hashimi.
Justin Chuk K. Ho.
Matthew Huynh.
Ethan Anthony Albert Jeniskins.
Jacqueline Y.K. Lerm.
Zong Ching Lee. Shabab Mahmood. Nathan Edward Martinen.
Molly McHale.
Serena Seema Mohabir.
Matthew William Nasev.
Yusuf Nawara. Christopher Cruz Palermo.
Vedashri Pandya.
Aaron Pham. Shada Rahmatian. David Allen Rosario Roberts. Dhruv Sardana. Ryan Selman.
Vaishnavi Shantamurthy. Benjamin Reed Spilak.
Vince Joseph Ventresca. Leo Vugert. Thomas Wang. Daniel Carl Ansel Young.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Engineering and Society.
Omar Hassan Alam.
Chloe Castellino. Emily Jana Forster. Kylie Lillian Harrington. Christina Joyce Lidgy. Emilia Grace Pringle. Avery Michelle Zeeler.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Engineering.
Omar Hassan Mustafa Ali Abdelhamid. Mohammed Abdel Wahab.
Dodampe Gamage Liviru Hansana Abegunawandana.
Rakan Abu Ghazal.
Sebastian Acevedo Franco.
Oreolua Winifred Adu. Tushar Agarwal. Faraz Ahmed. Mahad Syed Ahmed.
Praise Akintayo Akinloye.
Omar Al Asfar.
Akram Albir.
Luna Al Jamal. Abdurrahman Alam.
Noel Al-Tali.
Rayon Amir. Boriana Angelova, Satharshan Arul Mohan, Iman Mohib Ashraf, Rebecca de Sosa Astel,
Gayan Atukorala,
Taha Mohammed Atif, Hasib Ahmed Ayub, André Botelho Alcázova Azevedo, Omar Azmi, Marshall James Bayhen,
Manav Bal, Vetrivel Balaji,
Dinesh Balakrishnan, Kaylin May Bamford, Mihan Bandara, Julia Barnes,
Luay Bashar,
Yara Basyuni, Hemraj Mahesh Bhatt,
Philip Bierger,
Andrew Dimitri Bovbel,
Tekin River Brazo,
Andrew Willem Brink,
Daniel Buttigieg, Dwinyu Tsao,
William Gregory Capes, Zoe Zuyi Carter, Nathan Elijah Chak, Nirmal Chowdhury, Rosa Chen, Shike Chen, Stanley Chen, Matthew Chung, Savinay Chabra, Jackson Shane Chung,
Gwyneth Catherine Marie Chichi,
Mackenzie Aurora Clark, William Sidney Clark, Ryan Cooper,
Vaishali Dave,
Ranjun Deoras, Karim Desai, Aiden Cohen Deshane Gill, Rebecca Lynn D. Filippo, Jeffrey Doan, Ryan Francis Dolaveard, for Bessie Dew,
Jared Robert Ducharme,
Jack Robert Dirtle, Dylan Dwarka, Omar Karim El Aref, Karim Elbasi Yuni, Omar Alaeldin El Samadoni, Mahmoud Ahmed El Shafi,
Tabish Faisal, Jeremy Fakori,
Khalid Farag, Carter George Fenton, Alex Lloyd Fraser, Blake Keenan Freer, Aiden Edward Froggett, Jack Jeffrey Fujita, Caitlin Louisa Fuller,
Mohammed Fuzel,
Kieran Gandhi,
Ananya Garg,
Dylan Garner,
Rupayan Ghosh,
Ramin Gilani. Aiden Cole Goodyear. Ravneet Gosal.
Emily Guvich.
Salome Grajales Restrepo.
Sambhav Bala.
Noel Chungath Gregory.
Ajay Singh Garewal.
Jamie Ha. Hania Hamidizadeh.
Dalia Hamor.
Gena Hatum. Jad Haitaoglu. Marcos Hernandez Rivero. Beshoy Adel Fahme Heskey. Dexter Holst.
Wai Chin Ho.
Jared Hunter. Felix Hurst. Mitchell Peter Hines. Harnor Kor. Alexander Ilinich. Emily Eng.
Toby Isidro. Abyan Jagerdar. Luciano Theodore Yakubchik.
Ivana Yeftich. Reza Jodairi.
Hadi Kahwaji.
Kabir Kokar.
Sylvia Solomon Assad Kamel.
Liam Edward Kammerman. Ty Oren Kenzie. Abdurrahim Khan. Asher Khan. Mohammed Kumail Khan. Umar Khan.
Safwan Ahmed Khan.
Suyen Kim. Petar Klasurik.
Sabrina Gabrielle Kosat.
Nicholas Koenig. George Kokot. Matthew Krajkar.
Ashwin Kuganesan.
Nishant V. Kulkarni.
Niveta Kuruparan. Helena Lee. Jungwoo Lee.
Lucia Lee. Jason Tyler Lefneski. Yungkai Lee. Clarissa Saviera Lee. Konrad Lisowski. Hanyu Liu. Yicheng Liu. Yu Lu. Xiao Tian Lo.
Alden Lusher.
Mohammed Mahdi Mahbub. Rawan Mahdi. Jainil Depakumar Majmudar.
Amanj Mamend. Gurjap Kaur Mangat.
John Thomas William Mann. Owen Jacob Marshall. Melanie Catherine Martin. Emma Rita Martino. Jessica Patricia McConney McGuire. Aaron Presley Melly. Amanbir Singh Minhas. Carson Dennis Moorhen. Graham Elliott Morrison. Hussein Olawale Mohammed.
Maheen Nadeem.
Vivi Nguyen. Claire Audrey Nielsen. Jackson Joan Nilsson.
Arama Nayarko. Amar Obaid.
Brent Joel Overbeeki. Khan Ozkan. Willie Pai.
Mithun Paramathasan.
Anish Paramsathi. Rick Parikh. Ayush Vijaykumar Patel. Mihir Patel.
Swisan Patmanathan. Isabel Picayo.
Hayden Perrin. Nathan Alexander Perry. Joseph Anthony Petrasek. Luis Eduardo Jaques Pinto Cabrera.
Gaurav Kumar Potter.
Timothy George Pokanai. Prerna Prabhu.
Johnny Bohau Q.
Farhan Rahman.
Desmond Razi.
Viro Chayan Ravichandran Gowri. Hamza Rawasiya. Jacob David Reed. Olivia Reich. Juan David Reyes. Mankaran Singh Ruprai.
Jason Christopher Rubish. Abigail Solari.
Jude Saloom. Mohammed Saad Salman. Mikhail Sargsian.
Tuvaraka Satyamether.
Joseph Carmelo Saturnino. Celine Sebastian. Pierre Seterus.
Fiza Seher.
Sydney Sumitra Senaratna. Bhavya Shah. Kelp Hiral Shah. Yusuf Zuhair Shaheen. Rami Shahrori. J. Yogeshkumar Sharma.
Manan Sharma.
Shivam Sharma.
Maha Shaukat.
Shayan Ahmed Noor. Omar Shehada. Ann Shi. Yanqing Shur. Grady Bruce Zentaro Shin. Zifan C.
Aiko Theodora Cianto.
Himanshu Singh. Shanthos Sivanathan. Madeline Jane Smith. Eric Solak. William Shen Song. Armin Sound. Liam David Starr. Eva Stefanovic.
Brandon Jonah Stepik.
Thomas James Stickland. Ethan James Suter. Syed Mehdi Ali Rizvi. Kongling Tang. Eric Tang. Adam Mahmoud Tawfiq. Andrew Michael Thompson. Andrew Tempus Piotrowski.
Kobe Hui Tran.
Nicholas Charles Trimble. Rachel Tsang. Temituoyo Sylvester Ugbarago. Sean Singh Opal.
Brenna V. Vaikuntarajan.
Jordan Van Dam. Zachariah Velshi. Ali Verk.
Alexandros Vlahos.
Owen Alexander Wagner. Benjamin McIntyre Waldy. Nicholas White. Grayson Melbourne Wood. Changhao Wu. Yifan Wu. Tianjiao Xiao.
Fei Xie.
Burke Yilmaz. Alex Yoon.
Sarah Youssef.
Mazen Youssef. Kelvin Yu.
Bao Ning Zhang. Qian Yao Zhang.
Chengze Zhao.
Kevin Zhou. Sarim Umer Zia.
Rachel J. Zhu. Yuyang Zhou.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Honours Bachelor of Applied Science.
Salim Abdelrazek. Marcus Ajar.
Maiwa Olawashayun Adesanya. Ariane Ahmadinejad. Sohaib Ahmed.
Ahmad Tarek Al-Labadi. Matthew Anderson. Jayesh Anil. Gregory Kyle Archer. Madhav Bezawada. Jacob Alexander Armstrong. Romeo Shalil. Alex Chen.
Tanya Almeida da Silva. Rachel Vivian DeMann.
Davij Tiraj. Jack Alexander Walmsley. Jacob Ryan DiCarlo.
Talia Ayub.
Sarveen Azadi. Akshita Vilas Bakshi. Dhruv Chand.
William McGregor Klubine.
Rachel Madhumita Dennis. Ben Dong. Bo Win Wang. Michael Fedotov.
Ahmed Zubair Ferdos.
Felix Fong. Jack Davidson Fountain.
Giovanna Rosa Gerada. Andrew Getz. Elliot Alexandre Gorman.
Divi Goswami.
Joseph Graff.
Stella Gu. Asher Haroon.
Karamveer Singh Hira.
Kwang Tung Ho. Chiu Huang. Haoxuan Huang. Mary Rose Ibrahim. Owen Jackson.
Ishan Jamwal.
Haley Grace Johnson.
Daniel Ann Jose.
Tinu Joseph. Neil Joshi. Parth Kadakia.
Madhav Kalia.
Aryan Kandwal.
Himasha Devmini Karanathalaka.
Ryan Kassam.
Simarpreet Kaur.
Mustaqim Kazi. Raymond Singjian Ki. Marwa Kafagi.
Nika Kajapur. Arin Kandelwal.
Roland Kim. Selena Juwon Kim. Kevin Lau.
Timothy Raymond Lung.
Evan Lee. Norman Liang.
Kayu Lin.
Tony Lin.
Azaz Ahmed Lodhi.
Charles Liu. Samir Matani. Martin Matlock. Aidan Daniel McLean. Oliver Metz Strauss.
Jwalit Bhavin Miniwala.
Victor Mukatash.
Asad Mohammed.
Faizan Mohammed. Carter Naganobu. Ishpreet Singh Nagi. Leah Saria Nay. Ha Win. James Nikolai. Kenneth Vincenzo Ong. Thomas Jeffrey Overall. Hetanshu Rupal Pandya. Malhar Patel. Om Rajesh Kumar Patel. Vraj Paresh Kumar Patel. Nicholas Alexander Paulidis. Roshan Kiyam. Preet Raj. Umar Rajguru. Vinod Robinson. Khushi Saini.
Abhishek Saju.
Eduardo Joaquin Hari Salvacion. Jeremy Sample.
Adi Amit Bai Sankhani.
Viranj Shah. Laik Ahmed Shaikh. Heba Shamnad. Gaurav Sharma. André Silva Ramos Bezerra de Menezes. Golkaran Singh. Harki Rat Singh.
Harkunwar Singh.
Harshmeet Singh.
Tanvir Singh.
Malco Bonnie Somo. Nicole Victoria Sorokin.
Prakadish Subramanian.
Jingyao Sun. Aryan Satish Suvarna. Elite Liu.
Hanif Taher. Archit Tandon. Rafiq Eman Ramzi Tawfiq.
Insia Yusuf Ujjainwala. Anirudh Verma. Alisa Wang. Peter Wardell.
Peter Wyatter. Kathy Shu. Zhechang Shu. Chayin Yildirim.
Ji Yun Yun.
Gon Yoon.
Nicholas Zaikiskovich.
Michael Zhang. David Ying Zhong.
Olivia Muchiao Zhou. Ahmed Abdul Maqsood. Niku Manucheri Naini. Moyin Ragani. Kian So. Duzi Wu. Hamad Ur Rehman. Krish. Christian Canless. Gavin Olivier Carroll. Sunny Yao.
Jicheng Wang.
Let's give one more round of applause to all the newest graduates. Took you a little while to warm up, but you were a very lively audience. Thank you. To close our ceremony, we will first hear the valedictory address, followed by the President's address, closing remarks from the Chancellor, and finally a closing address from our knowledge keeper, Derek Sandy. I would now like to introduce Nicholas Koning, a graduate of the degree Bachelor of Engineering in the Mechatronics Engineering Co-op program, who will be delivering the valedictory address.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the introduction. Before I begin, I'd like to thank and acknowledge Chancellor Brathwaite, Dr. Tai, Dr. McDonald, Dr. Hanilovich, and Dr. Sheardown for their unwavering support and dedication to our graduating class. As well, thank you to all staff and faculty who have made our time at McMaster possible. It has been a pleasure getting to know some of you during my 5 years here. And for those of you who don't know me, or if our one interaction was over a sparse spare chair at Thode, it is an absolute honor to represent our graduating cohort today. Looking back at this journey of 5 years, it somehow feels like just yesterday when we started here at McMaster, even though I know those weeks with 6 exams felt like an eternity in the moment. Funny enough, as I procrastinated on Reels around the time I was writing this speech, I saw a video that explained the concept of time in our minds. And for the professors who are sweating over the thought of me reciting content from a reel, don't worry, I fact-checked this since, and I'll hand in the IEEE citations later. What I learned was that as we stick to our routines, take the same route to walk to work, make the same breakfast every day, and follow the same nightly routine, we begin to let our brains become better at predicting. We go into autopilot and stop recording and remembering the unique moments that let us distinguish the concept of time as we reflect back. When we stop doing things for the first time and stop creating distinguishable memories, everything starts blurring together. Engineering is a program that practically forces you into that blur. Between the endless lab reports, the weekly quizzes, and just trying to keep your head above water, it becomes almost necessary to optimize your life into a survival algorithm. We put our heads down and just try to get to Friday. As I stand up here today, I cannot tell you much about the crazy, chaotic weeks of studying and the countless nights in Thode. Looking back, the memories that stand out tend to fall into 2 categories. First, there are those moments when absolutely everything went wrong. And second, there are those really good moments of spontaneity and doing things for the first time. We need both of those categories to grow. The moments when everything went wrong gave us the friction we needed to learn our hardest lessons. And those spontaneous moments gave us the energy to actually survive them. During my very first week here, an upper year student left me with a quote that I believe perfectly encapsulates this reality. She told me that engineering breaks you down, but when you get broken down, you come back harder and stronger every time. Being broken down by those failures is a guarantee in this program, but coming back stronger wasn't automatic. It is pretty easy for us to fail on our own, but it is near impossible to actually achieve anything significant by ourselves. The reason we learned from our mistakes and came back stronger every single time was because of the people around us. What we are celebrating today is probably the most significant thing that I have achieved in my life thus far, and I know I could not have done it without my community. So, to the friends who sat with me when our projects went up in flames, those assignment questions just didn't make sense. Thank you. To the mentors who provided invaluable advice, reminding me that the struggles were normal and that the light at the end of the tunnel was indeed real. Thank you. And to my parents, who have given me everything and believed in me even when I completely doubted myself. Thank you. Having you in my corner has meant everything. Now, I don't recommend relying on things going wrong to break your routine or make a memory, no matter how good that adrenaline rush felt when submitting an assignment to Avenue at 11:58 p.m. Instead, My challenge to the class of 2026 is to actively choose when to turn off the autopilot. You're about to start your next chapter, design a brand new daily routine, but you have to force yourself to occasionally step outside of it. The things you're going to remember from these years probably weren't the lectures, and it won't be your standard days in the office. You're going to remember the moments you spontaneously made random plans on a Tuesday night without worrying about Wednesday morning. The moments celebrating the absolute smallest victories with the people who matter most. And the moments you left your comfort zone and you did something new. We're leaving here today with an incredible skill set. We spent years learning how to optimize systems, design algorithms, and build things that run perfectly on autopilot. But we cannot engineer a kinder, more human world if we treat our own lives with that same rigid predictability. The same way engineering broke us down so we could come back stronger, the real world will challenge us. We have to be willing to make mistakes, step out of our routines, and experience the friction that leads to growth. Keep the habits that make you successful, but always have the courage to live outside your comfort zone. We can only build a better future if we're brave enough to truly experience the present. Congratulations, class of 2026. Let us go forward, take chances, and make memories worth looking back on. Thank you.
What an important day this is to everyone in the auditorium and those watching online. For those of you who are graduating, this is a time of transition, reflection, and anticipation. On behalf of McMaster University, congratulations. You have earned this day. Convocation gives us a time to pause in a world that rarely slows down. It is a moment for you to look back at who you were when you first arrived on campus and to appreciate how far you have come. It is a moment to look forward with confidence and purpose to the next stages of the life you are shaping. Today, you leave McMaster not just with a degree, but with an education, grounded in curiosity, integrity, resilience, and caring for the world around you. Your McMaster education is distinctive. It has shaped you by our setting in the especially beautiful corner of Hamilton. It has been influenced by the university's ideal scale, big enough to matter, yet small enough to be familial, and by its history and traditions, including the understanding that effective learning is active and collaborative. During your time here, you may have noticed a building at the corner of Sterling and Forsyth, which is home to the Bertrand Russell Research Center and Archives. Russell was a British philosopher, mathematician, and peace activist who earned the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1950. He was a celebrity in his own rights who influenced the Beatles and Muhammad Ali. Russell often wrote and spoke about education. He said, "Education is not to be viewed as something like filling a vessel with water, but rather assisting a flower to grow in its own way." This is how we have tried to shape your McMaster education. We did not simply ask you to absorb information. We asked you to find it, test it, synthesize it, challenge it, and apply it. Just as important as the work you did on your own, You also learned with one another in labs, on team projects, and in other group settings. You learned about complex problems, demand diverse perspectives, and the more durable solutions emerge when we listen as carefully as we speak. At McMaster, engineering teaching in research and materials, automotive technology, medical devices, infrastructure, nanotech, nuclear energy, and many other fields is rooted in a simple but powerful question. How can we apply scientific and mathematical principles to solve real-world problems? In learning how to solve problems safely and efficiently, you have developed technical, analytical, critical thinking skills, and you can apply these for decades to come. None of this came easily. Your years as McMaster students have unfolded in an era characterized by uncertainty and rapid change. You navigated academic pressures, the end of a pandemic emergency, global instability, shifting technologies, and evolving expectations of what the future might look like. You adapted, you persisted, you supported one another. In doing so, you demonstrated a quality that matters more than intellectual skills: resilience. You can move into your next chapters, and I encourage you to remember that the most meaningful successes are rarely individual achievements. They come through relationships, collaboration, and trust. Today, you join a global network of 250,000 McMaster alumni, including leaders in almost every field imaginable. They are engineers and researchers and educators and artists and clinicians and advocates, public servants, entrepreneurs, and innovators. What connects all of you is not just a shared institution, but a shared mindset, a willingness to think deeply, act ethically, and improve the world. Our world needs your ideas, your energy, your passion, and your sense of responsibility. As graduates, you are ready to make a positive impact, not because you have all the answers, but because you know how to ask better questions and where to look for the answers. You'll know when you've found those answers because you understand evidence and context, and because you have learned to adapt when circumstances change. These are enduring strengths of a McMaster education, and they will serve you in any path you choose. Some of you are stepping into careers you have envisioned for years. Others are still exploring and discovering. Both are normal and acceptable at this time in life. Life after graduation is not a straight line. It's a series of experiments and refinements and sometimes reinventions. I want you to have the confidence that you will use the skills you have developed here, perhaps in ways that you're not expecting. As you move through your lives, I encourage you to remain open to new ideas, to new people, and especially to learning that continues long after your formal education ends. I encourage you to remain curious and to stay engaged and to take risks. When challenges arise, as they will, remember that overcoming difficulty is a sign of growth. I hope you will feel a sense of responsibility to your families, your friends, your communities, your colleagues, and our society. Before I close, I want to acknowledge the family members, partners, and friends who stand with you today. Their support, encouragement, sacrifice, and belief have helped bring you to this moment. I want to thank our faculty and staff for their dedication in teaching, research, mentorship, and student success. And to you, our graduates, I want to thank you for choosing McMaster and for shaping this institution with your talent and spirit. Wherever your path takes you, whether across the globe or keeps you close to Hamilton, McMaster will always be part of your story, and you will always be part of ours. I hope you'll stay connected to McMaster and be proud you studied here. Never underestimate the value of your education and the difference you can make. The future is yours to shape. Go forward with confidence, compassion, and keep on learning. I'm proud of you. We are proud of you. Thank you.
But I know you've been clapping a lot, but I think it is time to give the loudest, most robust set of claps and noise to the graduates. Let them know that you're really, really proud of them. Graduates, as a McMaster alum myself, I am excited to see where your journeys take you next. Today, you join a global community of McMaster graduates, and we are proud to welcome you into the alumni family. President Tai, Dr. Anderson, thank you for those thoughtful remarks and words of wisdom. And graduates, I encourage you to carry those words with you as you take your next steps. My very best wishes to each of you for success, fulfillment, and continued discovery in the years ahead. Once again, congratulations.
Scanos luego, hauhige gaso, veo kono ni wakwenzo dan, otahioni ni wagi shout dan. So I got a tray of it, sorry, I'm a little bit late today. And thank you for having me be part of this awesome ceremony. Congratulations, graduates, you guys did it. And on and do the way and that how that hung way on dock na to hold what ne. Na I guy find up na do what I get to ne go no ne go get to na agree one egg na scanos one of tanya na so not na so the boy and that na the how that it's what they boy is not the whole McMaster or that's an neat and the gang go down just for the whole see us sky point go so wad ne henjid way for canto sangwa dison sangwa we gonna hanyo ne ne always at scano do not tanyo ne ne and way hek here ska henjid way hangwa ni go ska den jid wadat no hanyo ne taga ni jok tok da hangwa ni go and on it na henjid wa trowi na sa hamanza de na do no hadded one hokwa ne sa hon diam kwesi da gadrakwa ne all ha na de hodat sa goi hon ne agree ho ne na scano no tanyo na wat ne no kragis ne gutana ne ditina hanyo hat na de hoda da gwego na ho yanto ona to wanzage ne na do gasa gai hwai na de hoda gen gwai ho ne ge gudruf denk ne na do de way no ni na scott ditina hanyo sa ho wanza de do no hadded one hokwa ne gutana de hoda da gwego ho yanto ona to wanzage ne tagani talk na hangwa ne go And on in and Jidwa Trovi. Na Hodai Horonyo touch me geeks na Hawian and he. Nate na Gilgato na Sakoi Hon na Hegak Weston it quite had one of the gates of tea so did you know what. Nate got an any and they can't go get so scan get to go was about the Sarunon qua. Nate got an any na so he can't neat dark gates of tea so did you know what. Nate got an any of just from the shas and go here dog tea so did you know what. Nate now not need on you now the Hodan Sakoi Hon some way of this song. Nate now would not sweet out or guess a guy why now the Hodan get away when they get drifting. Nate and what away and on in a Scott did you know Hanyon, Hodai Hodon touch me geeks and Hawian and he. Nate again you talk now and want to go on. And on in there and Jidwa Trovi. Na said we'll go on, it's gonna die. Oh, I have on touch what Nate those a high wine touch set now song go your hand go hand don't how much the young Nate and what away and on in the silver no Hanyon said we'll go on, it's gonna die. Oh, Nate again you talk now and want to go on. And on in there Jidwa Trovi na gay young with dog had the out kiano na the Kianya don't. Nate now not need on you na the how that's a going home. On I'm go drop sweet out or guess cano do not turn out now when you get to the way. Nate and what away and on in there did you know Hanyon gate hand no had the out kiano the Kianya don't. Nate again you talk now and want to go home. And on in there Jidwa Trovi now how gay going here they had all great some way decent. Nate's on to send down Nate scan no I do not turn out. Nate na agree one egg na scano so not done. Nate na ungo drop sweet out August to how in a hodany don't show. Nate and what away and on in the silver na Hanyon na go here they hand drops some way decent. Nate again the joke talk and go on to go home. Don't turn the guard queen egg I get that going on a agree one egg na scanos one up done na tossed wire na the work squad and you. Nate again you talk go on to go home. Don't it? Yeah.
Thank you, Nicholas, President Tai, Chancellor Brathwaite, and Derek for your words. In a moment, we will rise together for the singing of our national anthem. Following the anthem, the academic and graduate processions will recess to music performed by local Indigenous artists. I invite you to remain standing at your seats until the processions have left the hall. After the ceremony, graduates may collect their diplomas and return their regalia in the Convention Center, where you checked in. Diploma distribution will close 1 hour following the ceremony, and we ask that only graduates enter the diploma distribution area. Graduates and their guests are then warmly welcomed to continue the celebration at the Alumni Welcome event at the David Braley Health Sciences Center, just down the road at 100 Main Street West. This relaxed gathering offers an opportunity to celebrate with family and friends, take photos with regalia available for your use, and connect with the McMaster alumni community. Please join us now in the singing of our national anthem. Following the anthem, this convocation stands adjourned.